Yeah.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a Black History Month edition of the Fat and Black Connection. I am Mark, your fat friend.
And I'm James, of course, your black friend, baby.
Yeah, they not like us. We're going to talk about that.
Oh.
Anyways, welcome to the Fat Black Connection, where we talk about anything and everything.
As long as it's interesting to us, and I guess we got some stuff to talk about.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. For cheese.
Yeah.
So it is February 12th, 2025. 2025. What you got there? Oh, some Korean barbecue jerky.
Yes.
You've had that before.
Oh yeah. No, I
Oh,
haven't
okay.
had it. I haven't had it in a long time. And actually, you know what they did differently? Remember how they used to have that plastic thing in there?
Mm-hmm.
They don't have the tray anymore.
Now it's just dumped in.
Yeah, and actually, it looks like there's a lot more than it used to be.
Mm. So I have something special to drink tonight.
What you got?
Kirkland Lager.
What? Kirkland log? Oh, wow.
So these are cans. It's a Helles style. The Great American Beer Festival 2023 Gold Munich style Hells. 4.5% alcohol by volume, so not much. Born in Bend, Oregon.
I don't know any of the beer. The only beer that I know that comes from Oregon, I had during
Deschutes.
Podmas,
So
and
this
that
is
was
a
the Butte
this
Black
is a Deschutes beer.
Deschutes.
It says savor the triumph of a 2023 Great American Beer Festival gold medalist, a beer that stands out among the finest in America. Entered as Prince Crispy Deschutes Brewery and Public House out of Bend.
Bend.
So never had. Let's see if it's any good.
Yeah. Deschutes. Wait. Oh, I do it as well.
You know what it reminds me of? Reminds me of High Life.
Really? Hell, the thing kind of looked like I was like either Bud or like
Yeah, it's got kind of a gold
gold
can
can. Yeah.
top, and yeah, it very much is. Yeah, like the High Life, which is the champagne of beers.
Have you had ginger beer? A lot of times used, most of the time it's used in the Moscow Mule.
No,
These are actually these are really good. This is Fever Tree. They sell these at
is it a
Costco.
beer? Is it alcoholic?
No, it's not alcoholic. Mostly they use it for. It's mostly used for mules and stuff. Like that's the primary use of it, ginger beer. But it's
So
just like
you give it to mules.
yeah, I don't know if mules will like it too much, but yeah, you got to get the copper cup and the vodka.
Fair enough. But we are live and interactive tonight. So do feel free to engage.
Yeah.
We're not doing any civil civics tonight because James, I guess, was tired of doing those.
A little bit.
I think he was making up excuses, so I decided to let him off for a week.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Anyways, what's going on? What you been up to?
Not a whole lot, man. Just sorry. Yeah, just working, and I've been I was binging Falcon Winter Soldier.
Prepping for the movie?
Yep.
When are you going to see it?
Tomorrow.
Oh. Must be nice to have Thursdays off.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to go before, the internet ruins everything.
Yeah, I mean, it already started. It's starting, so
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The
Did you
premiered. Go ahead.
Are you guys doing the screening? I think I saw something about that. Are you guys doing
Jimmy, Pop Culture?
Oh no, they were giving away tickets.
Yeah, and he's going to see it tomorrow. I think tomorrow for a screening. I can't remember.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I'm sure at some point he'll chime in, but
yeah, I was just because I remember you did. What is that? Falcon Wolverine, Deadpool Wolverine.
yeah, no, we didn't set up a movie screening for this one. I didn't seem to gauge any significant interest in doing it. And it's work, it's effort, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not interested in putting forth lots of work and effort if people don't want it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it was a good call.
So I might do it for Fantastic Four because I'm pretty juiced for that one. Um,
I didn't see a trailer for that during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they really. So people had basically already announced, like, came out and said what the trailer was going to look like that was going to be used at the Super Bowl. So
Mm-hmm.
they released it in advance, which we talked about last week.
Right.
But initially, that was the plan, and so I think that's where they pivoted to the Thunderbolts commercial, which we'll talk about.
Yeah, if they're gonna already ruin stuff, might as well.
Yeah,
That's the problem with the
um,
internet.
internet ruins everything.
Yeah.
But there is one thing that the internet is really, really great for.
Memes.
The internet is really, really great.
For porn.
That's right. Thank you, Trekkie Monster. And for those of you that don't know what
No
that
problem.
is, please go check out Avenue Q. Think Sesame Street meets South Park.
That's really good.
Yeah.
I love how on the cover or on the album, at least the soundtrack, it said no relation or no affiliation with the Children's Television Workshop.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. All right.
Isn't that because it said it was Sesame Street and it say CTW or whatever right on the top of the sign?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So speaking of Deadpool Wolverine, it won the Critics' Choice Award for Best Comedy.
Nice.
What does that tell you when a superhero action film wins Best Comedy?
That there was no good comedy movies.
Yeah. That's the long and short of it. And X-Men, Best Animated Series.
Because all the other animated series are garbage.
I mean, I don't know that I agree with that. Like, What If?
Oh no, I'm talking about. Oh yeah, I mean, besides those, but I'm saying like as far as like a lot of the other animated. I mean, I don't know if you can put multiple from the same. I guess you can, right?
Are you talking about like SpongeBob and whatever the other cartoons that are still
Yeah.
out there on?
Are you like? I mean, because if anything, I would say like, yeah, they would probably What If and this and a couple of. I mean, there was probably. What else was there? Is there anything else really that came out? Yeah. Anyways, doesn't really matter. But yeah, as far as series go, yeah, this was good.
So this happened.
Oh, I heard a joke. He said, last time somebody from Philly smacked somebody that bad, they got banned from the Oscars.
West Philadelphia, born and raised. I mean, so were you able to watch this game live?
I saw portions of it.
So I was watching this thing over at the Atlantis with a couple of our fans, if you will, people who watch the show, people that I work with as well. Leroy and Daryl, we went over to the Atlantis and partook in some food and libations and watched the game.
Mm-hmm.
And my gut all along was that the Eagles were going to stomp a mud hole. I didn't think it was going to be this bad, though.
No,
and this final score is very misleading, right?
Yeah,
it makes it seem like maybe the Chiefs were better than
no, because they did not score their first point until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, so it is very misleading because it was 17-0 at half. And it was 24-0 very early in the third.
Wait, I thought it was. Was it? I thought it was. Was it only 17-0?
I feel like it. Hold on.
I thought it was more than that. I thought it was like 20. 30.
Let's see. Let me double check. So at the end of the first quarter, it was 7-0, which the way the game started, I thought, oh man, this is going to be a defensive game. It's going to be low scoring.
Nope.
I will say one of the things that really irked me early in the game was the brotherly shove. I really would have liked to see Saquon get that first touchdown instead of pushing in Hurts. But that's
you have money on that one?
I did. So if you look at the game after the first quarter being 7-0, it was like, ooh, this is going to be a tight game, right?
Yeah.
Then we
And
get to
then-
halftime and it's 17-0.
oh,
And
yeah.
the Chiefs did score in the third.
Oh, the third?
Yes, they got a touchdown and missed. They
The
went for a
2 point.
2-point and missed it. Where the Eagles got a touchdown and a field goal in the third, so it was at that point 34-6 at the end of the third.
That's what. Okay.
So this game was over really at halftime. And honestly, I feel like the Eagles kind of just going into like the third, they were like, let's let them score a little. Because I think if they really wanted to, they could have shut them out the whole game.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen Mahomes take that many sacks without getting flags thrown.
Bro, that's what I was like. Yo, Mahomes is shook because he ain't never been like all season.
Yeah,
you even looked at that boy.
How many times? 6? I don't even remember.
I think it was more than that. I think he got sacked more than that.
Let's see. I should have looked this up before. I apologize. This does not make for good pod. 6. Yeah, he got 2 times intercepted and 6 sacks.
Bro.
I very firmly stand on if the Eagles had wanted to, I think they could have made this thing a shutout.
And that's the thing. I think Mahomes was like, "Hey refs, why are they touching me?"
And we got Tyrus checking in. Looked like the refs were going to do their usual with the Chiefs. That's true. The first flag of the game was against the Eagles, and I think it was a bad call. However, they made up for it.
It was offensive pass interference.
Yeah, they made up. The refs did make up for it because I think the next time where they called something on the Chiefs, I think it was a bad call.
It was a bad call. And then it was pretty much. Then it wasn't. They didn't really do anything else the rest of the game. I mean,
then the commenters complained. Then you can hear the crowd saying, "Ref, you suck." After that, it was pretty much fair calling. It's sad when the second team for the Eagles came out for KC to score.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
They were like, "Oh, you guys haven't played like all season, right? Go ahead, get in there."
Yeah, I mean, it was, and the Chiefs had a really good season. The question is,
they literally
everyone. The asterisk will always be on this season. Were the Chiefs that good, or were the refs helping them that much?
The refs were helping them that much. Like when you're winning games by like 2 points. Come on, bro.
They had 10 games in the season where they won by less than 1 score.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like, bro, you guys, they weren't that good. They were like, there was calls that, you could go back and watch them. And there was just like, where was the penalty there? Like, so.
Well, and it's bad when it was getting to the point where the announcers, where commentators were coming out and saying, what is this? What are they doing?
Yeah, like Brady a couple times. That was a bad call. Just let him play.
Yeah,
and that's Brady.
Yeah, well, he's used to getting the hands-off treatment, and so seeing somebody else that's getting it even better than him.
Well, I think also one of the funny things was, did you ever watch that thing that Tom Brady did with I can't remember the Raiders player, but they were talking about the tuck.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady was like, "Yeah, I was making the forward motion, but like I'm not going to say anything."
Why would you?
Exactly. He's like, I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah,
the play it was going in my favor, so yeah, of course I shut up about it.
So I was immensely happy about the Eagles winning.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I did not want to see the three-peat. I did not. I loved seeing the devastating looks on all of their faces, on the Chiefs' faces.
So beautiful.
I loved seeing Kelsey with 0 receptions in the first half, and how like degraded he looked walking back through the tunnel going into halftime.
Man, it was the most gratifying because I watched the game when I got home from work that night, and just like because I wanted to see the commercials mostly, but I ended up watching the whole thing, and I was like, oh, this is way too good.
Yeah, I will say my only gripe against the Atlantis was that the video kept cutting out at times.
Oh wow,
Nothing where like you missed an amazing play or anything like that, but it was just annoying, and the audio sucked. I think they
wow,
could have done a much better job, especially for an event like this.
yeah,
Um, and I was at the sports bar. It'd be one thing if I was, in the buffet watching it there. I can understand not making sure the sound is good, but you
yeah.
know, and where that really mattered wasn't necessarily as the game was being played, but halftime.
With Uncle Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, I thought this was the new Captain America. I'd go see this.
You said Uncle Sam. I mean Uncle Sam.
I kept waiting for him to drop an MFer, and it just didn't happen.
That's what one of my coworkers said. He was like, "Yeah, I was just disappointed because he didn't drop it. He didn't because if the only place he could have dropped it was at the towards the end when he came back."
So I've now watched this performance, I think 3 times. The first time I watched it was live when it aired, and I couldn't hear it well. The audio, like I said, wasn't great where I was, um, but I could see it and I could make out what was happening, kinda. Um, and I felt very confused by this performance the first go round. Then I watched it a second time with good audio and
Yeah.
whatnot, and there were still aspects of this performance I was immensely confused by. And then I did some research because I've heard, this last week and stuff about the beef, the diss tracks back and forth between Drake and Kendrick Lamar, but I did not fully comprehend. And honestly, what I got out of this performance was that this was just one big diss track against Drake. The entirety of this performance, capped off by Serena Williams sea walking, which was hilarious. And I, as I'm watching it the first time, I'm like, who is that? They look
Yeah.
familiar, and the fact that they were like on camera in the camera position they had it made it seem like I should know who this is.
Yeah, I was like, I watched the halftime show live, and I was like, who is that? Until my girlfriend, like, we were talking about it later. She's like, you do know that's Serena Williams, right? And I was like, what? And then, sure enough, she sent me a short or a video that was basically the behind the scenes with Serena. It's only a couple, like, it was like a
Yeah,
minute so long, but it was basically showing her getting her hair and makeup done, and then doing that, and then her leaving.
yeah, and again, when as I mentioned, I did my research. Right, I didn't know that there was like beef between Drake and Serena Williams.
So they apparently used to date.
Yeah, just like the other girl who was on stage,
SZA.
SZA, that
Yeah,
performed with
and so
him.
and apparently, so get this. So I didn't know about this. So apparently, SZA is on tour. They're gonna be on tour with Kendrick Lamar. So so apparently she's going. So this summer she's gonna be on tour with Kendrick Lamar, and she used to date Drake.
Yeah, I mean that's what I mean when I say that this entire
Yo,
performance
it was
was nothing but a
so good.
massive diss track,
It was so good, so
right?
good.
Like you would agree with that, right?
Yo, 100%. Like, I literally know that, like, we were 100% expecting a new lawsuit to get dropped the next day from
Oh,
Drake.
and it did.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, the lawyers, from what I've come to understand, the lawyers warned NFL in advance that should um, should this happen, should they allow him to do this song specifically, that
Well,
it would not be.
you ain't gonna stop him from doing that song. It's a one like his biggest hit right now. Right now, especially he won Grammys off of it. Of course, he's gonna do it. And the fact of the matter is that he could have done it anytime, but where he did it, I think was perfect because he teased it. He teased it like or like at least two different times before they actually did it, and that got the crowd even more into it.
I
Oh,
think, and
so
you've probably seen this snippet. Uh, I loved the smirk where
excuse me.
he's like smiling. Hey Drake, who's just like,
Yo,
oh, like
he
because
just
I will say I'd never heard the song before in its
oh,
entirety.
you never heard that song?
Yeah,
Yo.
I've heard the hook and I've heard the chorus, right? Like but I'd never heard the whole song, and so
Do, 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 do.
I went and I watched the music video and listened to the whole song, and it just hilarious, like very clever wordsmithing.
Oh, yeah.
Um, and
He
so
did such a good job with that.
I
The fact
just,
that it was
but there is so
actually
much in that song that he could have chosen to use, but he chose to use that specific moment because he could have avoided directly naming Drake.
oh no, he was dropping that in there for sure. And then the cell block one, everybody with the ones up.
Hmm.
And then like I mean, hey, look, he did drop some of the words. He did drop some of the words, like he could have dropped that pedophile line in there, but he didn't.
No, he did. He did
No, he
use
did.
it.
He
It was
cut it.
edited.
He cut
No,
it.
he didn't. It was edited.
Oh, because I didn't hear him. I didn't hear him say it at all.
Yes, it was edited.
Because it looked like he just jumped over it. It
According
didn't,
to people that were in the audience, he did use it.
oh, because it didn't even look like he said the word. Like it looked like he just jumped over it.
Yes, and also mustard or mustard. I did not know who that was before,
No, I
but
didn't either.
now he's like popping up everywhere.
And then like the whole thing with yeah, the whole stadium A minor, bro.
Yeah,
Oh, I was
A minor.
like, Drake has to be so hot right now. He has to be so hot. I mean, he probably wasn't even watching it. He probably was like, nah, I ain't watching that because he knew he was gonna get
Uh,
roasted.
I mean, he has to have seen it by now.
Oh
At
yeah, by
this
now,
point,
yes,
there's no
yeah.
way.
There's no way he could get avoid it. But I'm saying, like, bro, he would probably. Oh,
Yes, and Tyrus, of course, says that this was way more than a diss. It was political af. Um, I think he left out the L. Alf. Um, why? Because he said 40 acres and a mule.
with the flag thing. I didn't see it as I didn't really see it. There was a couple moments when there was like could have
I
been
got the point,
political.
right? The whole thing was Samuel L's character is supposed to be convincing him to get over with the white people, in essence.
Yeah.
I guess if maybe that's what he's referencing. I felt like, you know, for me, not knowing Kendrick Lamar, aside from him performing with Dre a couple years ago,
Yeah.
um, I I thought it was entertaining.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it was the best Super Bowl performance of all time, as some people are calling it. I don't agree with that.
No, I think
Um,
still that Dre one with Snoop and everybody 50 M Kendrick. I think that was like that was a great one. He said DJ Mustard has done hundreds of hits with other artists.
please list five, because when I hear hit, I'm expecting it to be something like Grammy nominated.
Well, also sometimes we don't know people who worked on like we just know the artist, but we might not necessarily know the other the people that worked behind the scenes on the song.
I'm just saying, like,
Has he been? Wait, he's done hundred. Like, so is he like a? So is he just like featured, or did he produce, or
so
what?
he's a producer, right? That's part of what he does, from what I've come to understand about Mustard over the last few days. He when he created this track for Not Like Us, he was trying to bring the hyphy movement into something Dre would do.
Mm.
That was what he was going for.
Yeah, that's a very you know what, that beat is very that's a very that is a very hyphy movement beat.
Yes. So all of this to say, I am against the naysayers. I don't think this was a terrible performance. I do
Mm-mm.
think it was kind of just meh from a performance perspective, right? Because there wasn't a lot of flash, there wasn't a lot of pomp and circumstance, which I think a lot of people become accustomed to when it comes to the Super Bowl
I think
performance.
it was kind of it was a simple it was simple, yet I think uh effective for what he
Diss
was.
track.
Yeah, very effective.
And Fine Tires maybe was a diss against America. I don't know. But I didn't get that.
No,
Um,
I didn't get that at all.
but I think it was good. I think it was well produced. I wish I could be one of those people that were just sitting up on the street lamps the entire performance, hanging out.
Yo,
Uh,
I was like, wait, are they just lying on the street lamp?
yeah, they're
Like,
just hanging out.
that can't be comfortable.
Whatever. You were on national television in front of over 120 plus million people.
But they never know who you are because they never see your face up there.
I know it's me.
Oh, you know it's you.
I'm just saying.
That's
I
me
would,
right there.
because you know what happened is they brought in all these people to be backup dancers, and they were like, okay, the ones that can't get the choreo down fast enough, they're going up on the street lamps.
You, street lamp.
Yep.
But street lamp.
Yeah. Yeah. I enjoyed it. What any other thoughts on this in general?
No, I think it was probably just from I know that I knew one person was losing his doggone mind.
Drake. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I don't get me wrong. There's a couple Drake songs that I like, but I don't really care. But at the same time, I was just like, this is too funny. Like, this is
I
way too funny for me.
Again, I don't know all of the history of the diss tracks back and forth between them. I don't
Well, no,
know.
because the thing was is that here's just a quick. Drake said some Drake and I can't remember the other rapper. They were basically saying they were like the big three, and then Drake said, then like Kendrick said something, and then Drake basically said something about Kendrick's family or something like that, and he like or one of his siblings or something like that, and he basically just then he went off on him with this song, and it was just like, yo, like Drake will never say anything about anybody else like again.
Because hasn't Drake been in multiple of these? Like, didn't he have one with Eminem too? And
I don't think he had one with Eminem because Eminem would have destroyed him.
he
Uh,
did. That's
I
my
thought
point. Like,
no,
I
but
feel
I don't remember M doing a diss track on Drake. I remember M doing a diss track on Machine Gun Kelly.
well, and he's done a ton against Diddy.
He said, I one of his songs, he said, I'm just kidding, Diddy. You know I love you.
So
Did he have one?
evidently Eminem and Kendrick Lamar did a track together in which uh Drake is dissed.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about that. I didn't realize that one because I know M like I said, with Machine Gun Kelly was he ripped him in Kill Shot. Absolutely destroyed him in Kill Shot.
Yeah,
Actually, so real quick, back to the Super Bowl. Did you win anything off of that, or did you?
no.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean,
So I had bet I did a 3-leg parlay, and mine was I was going with the Eagles to win by at least 8, which I guess I could have said 20, and I guess I could have said 17, and I'd have still gotten it.
yeah,
And then I had Saquon Barkley scoring a touchdown, which didn't happen,
it happened.
and I took the under,
Yeah, which was
which
what?
which could have happened, but
Which was what was it
it
on
was
that
at
one?
48.5 when I took it.
Okay, yeah. So because yeah, I dropped $20 total, but I did two different. I did a five card parlay with Eagles winning by 2 actually,
Mm-hmm.
I took the under, which was 50.
Mm-hmm.
I said, um, and then I said under two interceptions, which, well, that got. And then um, I can't remember the
Well,
other.
that's right. The first one was a pick six.
Yeah, no, yeah, the first one was a pick six. So, but yeah, so I had a couple, like basically my parlay blew up, but I did just put 10 for the Eagles to win 10 back. So I got my $20 that I put down back. So I broke even, which I was like, I'm happy with. It's cool. So I was like, yeah, regardless. Like one of the girls I work with, I was like, oh, I mean, at least I won that. She's like, you didn't that ain't you didn't. And I said, I don't gamble. Like she was like, what did you do? And I was like, yeah, but I don't gamble a lot. So like just so me winning this $20 back, that's big for me.
And Tiger says the beef start with Drake and
That's
J.
J.
Cole.
Cole. That's right.
And then J.
Yeah.
Cole, I don't know who J. Cole is.
J. Cole's another. He's see that's the thing. I guess he's a rapper, but I like J. Cole seems more like I guess he's a rapper, but he seems more R&B ish to me. But yeah, they were basically trying to say they were like big three. And yeah, J. Cole did back out because he was like, no, I'm not not doing
So,
that.
so before I go back to my pre-planned things, I would be remiss if, on behalf of my wife, I did not call out the fact that Joanne Fabrics is closing 500 of their 800 locations.
Holy smokes.
Yes, they have had to file for bankruptcy multiple times recently,
Jeez.
and
Not Joanne Fabrics.
yeah.
I didn't really. I never really went into one of those anyways.
So if you're smart, go buy a bunch of fabric, people, because they are like really when you think about fabric stores, they're not really around. They're mom and pops, and maybe you can get some at a Hobby Lobby if there's one in your town, or
Yeah, you got yeah. We got there's a Hobby Lobby that like down the road from here. They got fabric and
yeah.
stuff
But I
like
mean,
that.
you're in Vegas. Some people don't live a little bit more rural.
Oh yeah, right. So I mean, yeah, if you can get to a Joanne Fabrics, just buy it up
Yep, because it's
and then
going
sell it on eBay.
because fabric's going to be hard to come by with Joanne going down.
Not Joanne.
Yes, my wife shared that story with me just before we went live, so I felt like getting back to some Super Bowl related stuff.
You hear
Uh,
about this?
the best thing I saw though on that football field, or oh, hold on, we've got present day generalization. Best viewers on smdash.ru, Russia.
Hmm.
At 54. Sounds Russian. The best thing I saw
Does
on
not
that
translate.
I shouldn't say the best. The most entertaining thing I saw on that football field, because the game was not entertaining. It was like a snuff film.
What?
Yeah, that game was like a snuff film.
Wow.
They killed the Chiefs. But
No, they
but the
did.
most
That was
entertaining thing on that
forced
field
murder.
that wasn't the halftime show was seeing Stitch running around on the football field.
You know what would have been even funnier is if it actually been uh an actual if they had actually gotten the broadcasters to do it.
Oh, if it had been like Brady
Tom,
and
yeah. If they had got him to do it, and then like because and then if they had like the field actually they because they made that way ahead of time too, so they didn't have they had actually had the logos in the end zone.
Mhm.
Yeah, because they made it kind of just general, but yeah, that was a good. I enjoyed that.
Well, you would think they had 2 weeks. They could have made some changes to get that updated in time.
That's true, but I mean, I
Especially if
think
South Park can make an episode in like 24 hours.
oh yeah, well,
And Tyrus calls out that there was a streaker. There was. That's true.
oh, I didn't even know about that.
Yes. Other things that we saw because of the Super Bowl. I'm sure you're gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna sit back on this one.
Yes. Again, like I am so excited for Rebirth, but like I'm a little confused. I'm really confused on exactly where this is because a lot of this Nublar is done. Like Nublar is destroyed. That happened in Fallen Kingdom. Uh Isla de Sorna was the island that they go to in Jurassic Park 2. Yeah. And that's where and so I'm like, is this where this one is? Because they're talking about the manufacturing plant for Jurassic Park. And that was Isla Sorna. And that's where a lot of, we saw the Spinosaurus, and so apparently there's I don't know exactly. So I'm confused exactly where all this is, what island this is, if it's one of the islands we've been to, if it's a new island, whatever. But I'm so excited just to see different, like a new story. They're trying to get blood from three big dinosaurs that can help cure a lot of diseases or whatnot. And so, yeah, yeah, oh, I'm so excited.
It does take place 5 years later.
Yeah, so it's still dinosaurs are free and out. So that's why I'm just trying to figure out what island it's on.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, as you stated, Isla Sorna. But
I almost there like during that trailer, I almost wanted somebody to say we need a bigger boat because it was very Jaws-esque.
yes, I agree. And Tyler says
I
that
did watch
the
the longer trailer too. There's if you guys are interested, there is a longer like the actual official trailer. That was the big game spot, which is like a minute, and then the official trailer is like a little over 2 minutes. It's like I think it's like almost 2:30. It's like 2:22, I think it is. And that one gives a little bit more.
yeah, and Tyra says the seal commercial was the best, and I disagree because the seal commercial that was on the Super Bowl
Was
was a
not the
very
one.
short edit.
Yeah, that was
The
the
full
edited
length
version.
one is
That
good.
one was good. That one is like because he's like that made 0 sense.
Yeah,
Or like because like the whales, you saw the whales like jump in the end, but actually the whales are coming by during the song and they stop singing.
no, dolphins. Dolphins swim by.
No, it was whales. It was the orcas. It was the orcas that swam by because the seals aren't really scared of dolphins. The orcas swam by and they stopped singing, and then they do the splash at the end. But yeah.
So because there were dolphins in that commercial too, in the full length one.
Oh, they were like maybe like along the side of the boat. They didn't really.
Hmm.
I don't remember them. I remember because I watched the full one, like a couple days before the Super Bowl. So, but that was a funny commercial, no doubt. He's like, that was a good looking seal.
Yeah, but the full length one much better.
Yeah, way better. I was a little disappointed. I was a little disappointed when I saw that commercial and it was just super short, and I was like, "Yo, what?
And Tyra says that orca are dolphins.
No, they're not." Huh? Explain
I
yourself.
I don't know what he means by that.
Orcas and dolphins aren't even they don't even they're both mammals, but they don't classify as the same.
Actually, I just did a search, and the orca or killer whale is a toothed whale and the largest member of the oceanic dolphin family.
What?
Yeah, Tyrus is smarter than you right now.
Because I've always thought of orcas as one thing and dolphins as a completely different thing.
Yeah, the more you know.
Ding 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 ding.
And Jeff says, stick to bus driving as your area of expertise. Damn.
Thank you, Jeff.
Your trolling is funny again. Welcome back. You want some Wheaties?
Yeah, as long as Thunderbolts are on it.
So we got our trailer for Thunderbolts, a new
Who the
trailer.
hell's Bob?
Not only that, but clearly they showed multiple shots of the villain, which has been teased, and I think I know who it is. But why aren't they just like giving us more? Like, they're do you have you heard the rumors as to who the villain's going to be?
Mm-mm.
Sentry.
No, I don't really know who that is, anyways.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
either way.
I was like, I thought it was weird because I thought Taskmaster was a villain anyway. That
I mean, Taskmaster in generally the comics is a villain, but they through the story they told in the Black Widow film, kind of it's like probably a redemption story, right?
oh, okay, yeah, but yeah, no, like I think this looks like it's going to be a good film.
And Tyra says he's not driving a bus right now, but okay. Well, we would hope you're not, since
Yeah,
you're commenting.
yeah,
But
unless you're doing that text to talk thing, talk to
yeah,
text.
yeah. What I am more interested in, I feel like Thunderbolts is going to be used more as a setup film than anything for something, because I feel like it. I don't know. I just feel like there's not a whole lot there to really justify this film.
Well, you could tell this almost seems like for me, a lot of this seems like the very first Avengers film because if we see that we've seen the setup of a lot of these characters throughout. We saw Elena, Red Guardian, I guess Taskmaster. I'll have to watch Black Widow again. You saw them kind
Did
of
you
be
forget
set up.
about that?
Yeah, I did 100%. We get that set up in Black Widow. You get Ghost. That was the
Ant
second.
Man 2.
Was that Ant-Man and Wasp?
Yeah, we haven't seen her.
Yeah. And then we've seen Bucky throughout the movies, and US agent we got in Falcon Winter Soldier, which actually, like I said, I'm kind of binging through that. And then whoever this Bobcat is, and so I'm just like, what? And so
Bobcat.
Bob, no,
Is it
definitely
Bobcat?
not him. He's, oh, rest in peace. But no, I think with this, like us kind of knowing who everybody is and them coming together, it gives me that first time that the Avengers met up, and that whole, because it looks like there might be a pretty decent fight scene in that kind of bunker area down there.
Yes, and Jeff says to Tyrus, "Careful on the bathroom, pal. Don't need to slip again." For those of you watching that don't know, Tyrus slipped in pee and hurt himself pretty bad.
Bob Barker, what?
Dude, he did.
Yeah, no, it's just Bob. He's like,
The
oh,
price is wrong.
really tense in here, guys.
Uh, anyways, I'm looking forward to this film, which is
Yeah,
later this year. But I'm not juiced. I'm just like, okay, let's get to the next big thing, right? Let's get to the Avengers film, right? Um, and
Doomsday.
and there are rumors starting to swirl around Jonathan Majors may be back.
I did also hear that as well.
Which everyone counted him out when everything went sideways before, but since that woman has had to recount and retract her previous claims, kind of puts him back on the playing board a little. So,
Yeah.
uh,
So we could still see
King Dynasty.
yeah, we could still see Kang at some. I think right now they're definitely moving forward with Doomsday because that's they made that switch, but I think they could, I mean, they could switch it up and pull Kang Dynasty.
You know what I think should happen?
And actually they don't need to do that now, but I mean they could do it in the future.
You know what I think may need to happen here in the very near future, James? I think we may need you to produce a track with Jeff, since you're both in Vegas, and I'll produce a track with Tyrus, with them dissing each other.
Oh.
Yes, we will do the Fat and Black Connection diss track series.
Oh.
I feel like my beats are harder than your beats.
Well, I also have a producer in my house, so
No. You can't do that. It has to be fully produced by just the two of you.
no. Well, in that case, yeah, no, probably not gonna. I'd have to.
And
I can learn. I can learn to use the stuff, I guess.
and usually, to be considered a producer, you actually have to put out a product. Just saying, if you're going to call your brother a producer, you should actually put something out.
Oh, hey, he has some stuff still in the works. It hasn't come out yet, but yeah, he's submitted and been, you know.
As long as he has a minor in the background.
Oh man.
So this next one and last one that I have ready to go, I'm actually pretty disappointed in. But it crosses two areas that we like to talk about,
Okay.
which is one being wrestling and the other being video games.
Okay.
So we've got WWE 2K25 coming in the near future.
Yeah.
And they have revealed a new portion of the game that they're calling an open world portion called the Island. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
Mm-mm.
So go watch the video that I posted.
Okay.
But basically, excuse me. Jeff is asking, when you shoot the video, can you guys do it on a short bus? I think Jeff's ready. I think he's writing bars, man.
Sorry.
Something tells me Jeff could write the better diss track between Tyrus and Jeff.
Come on, Tyrus. Come on, Tyrus.
I'll make some sick beats, Tyrus. You just got to come up with lyrics. But I feel like, is it leaner P videos?
What?
Yeah, Jeff, when you write your lyrics for this thing, you can't do text to talk, okay? You've got to actually.
You have to write stuff down.
Anyways, check this video out because welcome to the island. It's basically
The island of relativity.
You're as your character that you've created, and you're like running around going to like gift shops to buy stuff for your character, or you go to like different areas and you can have matches with people, and it's
Interesting.
yeah. You remember when we went into Second Life for a minute to check it out, and like
Yeah.
it basically feels like that.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not interested. Like I already wasn't gonna get 2K25, but if
I got 24, so
yeah, but if I was gonna get it before, this made me not want to get it.
I did kind of want to get this just because I wanted that. I kind of wanted that. Whatchamacallit, the Bloodline edition.
Don't worry, Jeff. The bus will be ADA compliant.
That was very good.
For those of you that don't know, Jeff is blind. Legally.
Yeah, 100% legally.
I think that could be way too much fun, actually. And what we should do is we should do this, and we should do a panel at KaboomCon where we make them, as part of the panel, they have to perform their diss tracks. Yeah, like we do it almost like a press conference for like an MMA fight or something, where I sit with Tyrus on one side, you sit with Jeff on the other, and like we'll have somebody in the middle to moderate, and
it's be like the.
And then we'll have them weigh in, and then
oh no! Like, what is it?
We'll have them weigh in, and they'll break the scale.
You know, like the what are those they did in 8 Mile, the rap battle, and
yeah, it could be highly entertaining. I don't know how many people would show up to watch that, but for me, it would be highly entertaining, and that's really all I care about. Like, I'd almost want to put that on the main stage.
Are you not entertained?
You know, because my first thought was, oh, we could do this in the boardroom easily, right? Because it's the right setting. It's already got the dais set up, right? But I'd almost want to put it on the
The
main
main
stage.
stage. Just close
Uh,
close the curtain. Let's get this going.
Tyrus can't weigh in
Sorry.
on normal scale, maybe a truck scale. Damn.
God,
Man.
Jeff, Jeff, yikes!
Is it because he's in his bus? Is that why? I'm hoping.
Oh man,
I'm hoping. Oh, I feel like
Tyrus, defend yourself.
what we need to do, because I'm in a comedic kind of mood. We need to create a superhero character. Chat GPT is at our service, so
The disser. No, the
we already did the pool pisser.
show
Uh,
the troll.
yes, the troll disser or
Um,
the dissing troll.
the dissing troll. um, I think the troll, just the troll. Anti-hero.
Yes.
Um,
The troll disser. In the dark corners of the internet, where chaos reigns and trolls thrive, one figure stands apart. The troll dissing troll, TDT.
oh,
A master of verbal warfare. TDT isn't your typical troll. He hunts trolls, turning their own tactics against them with razor sharp wit and devastating comebacks. A digital vigilante of sorts, he prowls message boards, social media, and comment sections, calling out hypocrisy, misinformation, and bad faith arguments with his signature mix of sarcasm, logic, and humor. No troll is safe from his wrath. Whether they're keyboard warriors spreading hate or self proclaimed gurus manipulating their audiences. In the real world, TDT is a loner, a brilliant yet jaded ex journalist or hacker, depending on the iteration, who once believed in online discourse but became disillusioned with how the internet devolved. Now he operates from the shadows, armed with deep research, meme fueled insults, and a nearly encyclopedic knowledge of online culture. Though often mistaken for just another troublemaker, the troll dissing troll has a moral code. He never punches down. He doesn't attack the innocent, and he only engages when justice or sheer entertainment demands it. Some see him as a hero, others as an internet menace. But one thing is certain: if you're out there trolling, he's already got receipts.
oh, that's actually I like that actually.
All right, so I'm asking for a physical description. The troll dissing troll has the look of someone who spent years waging digital warfare, his appearance reflecting both his sharp intellect and his unapologetic attitude. Height and build, around 5'10" to 6'2", TDT is wiry but deceptively strong, built like someone who gets more exercise from pacing while monologuing than from an actual gym routine. His posture is relaxed but sharp, always appearing like he's sizing up his next verbal target. Face. Angular features with prominent cheekbones and a sharp jawline. His smirk is a permanent fixture, shifting between cocky amusement and outright disdain, depending on the situation. A slight 5 o'clock shadow gives him an effortlessly scruffy look, making it unclear whether it's intentional or just laziness. Eyes, piercing and always alert. His eyes are a shade of blue or green that seem to glow under the light of multiple screens. They carry the weight of someone who's seen too many bad takes online, but still finds amusement in dismantling them. His hair, messy, medium length hair. Sounds like Jeff. That looks like it was once intentionally styled, but has since evolved into a controlled chaos, usually dark brown or black, occasionally streaked with premature gray from years of dealing with internet nonsense. Attire: worn out band or nerd culture t shirts layered under a zip up hoodie or a lightweight, slightly tattered leather jacket. Faded jeans or cargo pants with deep pockets, ideal for carrying USB drives full of receipts and a smartphone constantly buzzing with notifications. Combat boots or scruffed sneakers, comfortable, practical, and perfect for walking away from arguments he's already won.
I'm done with you.
Accessories: a pair of over-ear headphones slung around his neck, hinting at either a deep love for music or a desire to tune out the world when necessary. Fingerless gloves, either for typing at top speed or just because they look cool. A laptop covered in sarcastic stickers like "I'm only here for the comments" and "404, your argument not found." Aura and demeanor. TDT moves like a man who knows he's the smartest person in the room, but doesn't feel like they need to prove it. Unless, of course, someone says something incredibly stupid. He radiates a mix of confidence and amused cynicism, always ready to drop the perfect clapback at a moment's notice. Whether online or in the real world, the troll dissing troll is impossible to ignore, just like his responses. Ready to see what he looks like?
Let's see him. That was a good description, actually. I really like the description.
All right, let's see what we get.
Here it comes. Here it
It's
comes.
coming.
It's coming. Oh, baby.
And while we're waiting, looks like Tyrus and Jeff has had some more back and forth. He did say Tyrus is the size of a bus. Tyrus said, "Last thing I need is to get canceled for picking on Blind Furry over there." So here is image one of our troll.
Okay.
And I like this one better.
He looks like a Joker.
Yeah, I feel like that makes sense. Of course, I don't understand how there's a hand in this pocket when both hands are up here.
Yeah. Does he have an extra hand just for typing faster?
Mm-hmm.
He's a mutant.
And he pisses on the floor to take out the bus driver.
I think he's he you know he reminds he kind of this looks like a character that Jim Carrey would play.
Yeah. All right, let's see this character in action on their computer.
Oh yeah.
It's the waiting that kills me.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Did you hear Elon Musk and friends made an offer to buy Open AI, which is who owns ChatGPT?
Yeah, I think they made a counter offer about buying Twitter.
Yes, for 10% of the price offered for.
Oh, that looks pretty good.
So this says, "Here is the troll dissing troll in action, fully immersed in his digital battleground, screens glowing as he crafts the perfect clapback. Let me know if you want any tweaks for a different setting."
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, so we've got our pool pisser, we've got our troll dissing troll, and we've got the angry bus driver. The first three characters of the Fat and Black universe.
The Fab CU.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yo, this is man. Yeah, that's good. I like that one too. That one's actually that might be one. That might be the best looking one so far.
Straight out, without having to request too many modifications, I would agree.
Yeah, like right.
That description was very good, though.
The description was super good.
Jeff, I challenge you to come to KaboomCon in this cosplay. By the way,
Can you even grow a beard? We'll see. Anyway.
Um, what else? You got anything else fun and or exciting going on?
No, not really. I think we're um doing my first Valentine's tomorrow.
I was wondering. You've had some relationships historically, but I don't recall any of them happening
I had
during
one.
Valentine's.
I had one that happened like that. That was through that time, um, but yeah, that was short lived. Well, it went on for a little while after that, but um, yeah. So
So what do you
actually,
have planned?
I can't really say because I know she watches sometimes, and she told me don't tell her anything. So I'll tell you next week.
Or after we sign off?
Yeah, I can tell you that.
I guess you can tell everyone else, but next
Yeah,
week.
yeah.
Um, I don't have anything planned. I hope that doesn't disappoint you, wife. We don't really
You don't
we
really
don't
do.
do
Yeah, well, I
we
mean,
never did, right? Like
that's the thing
it's
is, yeah, like for this is like we talked about it, and then she was like, yes, or she said she didn't want to do any, she wasn't really sure if she wanted to do anything, and I wasn't really too like, I was kind of like, and then she said she did want to do something, and then I was kind of like, meh, but then I had
oh,
to
you're
talk with,
getting your pink palace bleached, is what Jeff is
I
saying.
had what, um. I had, and then I talked to somebody, and she was like, "No, make like like she wants to do it," and so I was like, "All right." So yeah, I gave in. I gave in. I sent her some chocolate covered strawberries. They got there today. Uh, and then I got some stuff going on tomorrow. So
Okay. Um, I I've never been a fan of Valentine's Day. I
me neither. I mean, most of the time I've been single during it. I just never really was like, I always called it Singles Awareness Day, but
yeah,
you know.
I had a couple of different relationships that I was in during those times, and I mean, there was one person I dated, and they were like all about it, and it was just like it felt more like work than anything, and I think that was like, you know, one of the downfalls of that relationship because to me, I don't know, I've never been a fan of like made up holidays, right? Like I think or Hallmark holidays, is that what they call them?
I think so.
It's just like Mother's Day, Father's Day. Like now that I have a kid, it's more like, okay, I'm interested in celebrating it for my wife, for Mother's Day. But at the end of the day, it's like, I don't want or need anything for Father's Day. Like I have a kid. That's what made me a father. That's all I care about. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um, it's just like, for us, like Christmas, right? We don't do the Santa thing, or, it's focusing about what Christmas really, is meant to be about, which is about the birth of Jesus, from my perspective. And so, we focus on that. Um, we don't do the Easter Bunny and crap like that, right? We focus on what is Easter. It's the resurrection of
Resurrection, yeah.
Christ, right? So, it's, and when you're focusing on those things, it's kind of like, especially when you think about Easter, like that ish is heavy.
Yeah.
Like,
No, we used to do that, but we also, my mom used to get us baskets and stuff just for she used to get us baskets and stuff for Easter, but
did you believe that the Easter Bunny was real?
no.
Never.
The Easter bunny was always one of the weird ones for me. I was like, what?
What about Santa? Did you believe in Santa as a kid?
Oh, I did. I believed in Santa.
And what about Tooth Fairy?
Tooth Fairy, I believed in too.
Okay, so you believed that a pixie flew into your room, would take your teeth, and leave you cash,
Yeah, I didn't know. I
but
mean,
but a mythical bunny hopping around giving you chocolate eggs That was too hard. That was just a stretch too far. A
That
fat
was
white guy coming down your chimney once a year that somehow is magically able to make it around the world in
hey.
24 hours.
Listen, I well, like when I actually understood Santa Claus, because like when I was like, I didn't when I finally started to understand Santa Claus, I really liked the idea, and then I really liked, and don't get me wrong, I liked the Easter Bunny, but I was just like, hmm. Oh, it was always the costume that kind of threw me off. Um,
Well, it's not consistent.
yeah, it's very not. And then yeah, the Tooth Fairy, just because I had friends that were like, "Oh, Tooth Fairy," and I was like, "Oh, okay." So yeah, Tooth Fairy.
But an egg laying bunny
Yeah,
was just a stretch too far.
couldn't get behind it. Don't get me wrong, I like the Easter candy.
Well, we've got Easter coming up soon, so we're gonna have to maybe talk about our
Some of the
favorite Easter
candy.
candies. I already went through a bag of one of my favorites, the Cadbury mini eggs. Yeah,
Jelly
see,
beans.
see, those aren't Easter; they're all year now.
Yeah, I know. But actually, the one of the things that's back, I need to go. I didn't grab them because I was like, it's a little too early for me. But the robin eggs.
See, I never got see, and here's what's weird: I like malt, like I like chocolate covered malt balls, right?
Yeah.
But I think there's something about the candy shell on those that I don't like.
They're Whoppers, bro. They're basically just candy. It's like Whoppers. They're just Whoppers. That's
Whoppers
it.
don't have a candy shell.
Right. So that's why they're a little different than Whoppers. But
Yeah, I think
that's
the
why I like
candy shell just does me
that's why I
wrong
like the
for some
robin eggs.
reason.
Oh, okay. See, that's one of my favorites. I love Whoppers. Like Whoppers was like not used to be. Whoppers are one of my favorite candies. And then when they came out with the robin eggs, I was like, I'm in. Oh, and the Reese's Pieces eggs, but they come out. Or Reese's not Pieces eggs, Reese's peanut butter.
And Jeff says, James, when the bleach you make, sure to tell him, take it easy. You don't want to go too Walt.
What?
Don't bleach your booty hole too much because you'll become white, I think is what he's saying.
Yeah, I knew that was exactly what I was trying to say, but
Yeah, I don't know if you remember, but there used to only be twice a year where there were the special Reese's, the eggs and
the trees.
the trees, right?
Hmm. Now
And
they do the
now it's
footballs,
yeah, now they do everything, right? They do
Halloween.
yeah, the pumpkins,
Yeah, they do the
they
pumpkins,
do the
footballs.
hearts,
Oh, that's right. They do the hearts.
yeah. And one of the reasons I always liked the specialty ones, the trees and the eggs, is because it was much more peanut butter to chocolate ratio, which
Hmm.
is part of what I like about like the big cups, right? It's just a ton of peanut butter, which is why I prefer those. Not because I'm fat and I want it bigger, but because I like the peanut butter. I know somebody's going to say it, right? You just like the big cups because you're that fat guy that buys two big cups at a time. Yeah, I do get the king size big cup. Calm down.
As you should. Like
That doesn't mean I have to eat them both at once.
not
And
at
maybe I
once.
do. So what?
You eat one and then you eat the other. Actually, did I tell you the time I bought a Reese's peanut butter cup and apparently I wasn't paying attention and it had two wrappers on it? So I peeled the wrapper off.
Hmm.
I popped it in my mouth, and as I was like, "Oh, what the?" There was another wrapper on it, and I didn't see it.
Is that the only time you've ever experienced where there was a double layer?
Yeah.
So I actually came across one once where one of the pieces was normal, just one wrapper, and the other piece literally had six.
What?
Yeah, it was a normal piece, but it
That
had
must have just
six.
that must have been at the end of the. They were like, "Broop," and
Yeah,
then
just shot it.
yeah.
Um, I'm not sure. Jeff is brain farting. He's fat and wants it bigger,
What? Lost you now.
I just read them. I don't write them. So Valentine's Day, you got her chocolate covered strawberries. Is that what you said?
Hmm.
Were they Sherry's berries?
I don't remember the company. I think it was.
Of
I
course
think
it
it was.
was.
I think it was.
So you're going the whole like sappy route. Like, let me get you some straw. Like, are you getting her flowers too? Oh, I know you can't say
Yeah.
that.
I think I already told her that, but yeah.
So you're going the whole like as if you were in high school relationship.
No, just like because first Valentine's Day, so I did a little bit. I
I
did a
don't know.
little
It's
bit.
also like calling her your girlfriend is weird, right? You're too old to have a girlfriend
Right, but at the
unless
same
you're
time.
Drake. They not like us.
Because she's probably a minor.
Jeff says, I'm going to be behave a special guest on my track, one and only Hugh High Carter. Is that
Oh,
is that Hugh Carter's rap name? He goes by
hi
High Carter.
Carter. Half baked you.
I feel like he'd get the hook.
Yeah. Oh, oh, man.
Uh-oh.
I don't even want to. I don't even want to be involved in that now.
Uh
Because that's gonna be too crazy.
uh yeah, you got to figure that out. That's your me and Tyrus, we can mix. You just let us cook. That's what the kids are saying these days, right? let let
That what the
let
kids are saying these days?
let
Let
the
them
two
cook.
let the two fat guys cook.
Let 'em-
You know we'll come up with some good stuff. We're fat guys that both used to work in restaurants.
Hopefully, you can cook.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, see, yeah, Jeff would
Oh,
have. Yeah, Jeff, if you could pull in the White Menace, that
oh, you're
you
set.
might have a chance.
Yeah, pull if you can get Menace. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Because I'll probably have DJ Pudgy on my track.
Oh, there you go. There
Mm-hmm.
you go. DJ Pudge.
Yes. So it'll be the Tyrus's rap name is Negro. Just in case you didn't know, it's Kneegrow, Negro.
Negro.
Um, and yes, mine will be my producer name will be Too Fat. Um, do you remember back in the day? And
Too fat.
this is really just insider baseball for funsies at this point, but I'm sure Jeff remembers back on Video Newark in the good old days. There were those two blonde chicks, and they did Too Blonde to Know. And I did a mocking episode with Jeff and me, and it was Too Fat to Show. No, no,
Oh, that's funny though. Too
uh,
blonde to know.
yeah.
They used to just put anything on that channel, huh?
Well, that was a part of Video Newark. That was specifically a part of that show
Oh, really?
before I came along,
Oh,
and then I got them gone.
he said,
Bye.
"Get out." You said "bye" before "bye" was a thing.
Yes, yes, back in 98, 97, somewhere in there.
He said,
Yes,
"Get the stepping."
I should be collecting royalties. You got anything you want to talk about? Because I'd love for you to do an episode once where you run the thing and see how you do.
No,
No, nothing.
no. But I will say, like, if you guys are interested, there are, like I said, um, there's a longer trailer for Rebirth, and then there was
Is
a
is
D20.
the sequel or the next one going to be called Afterbirth?
I don't know if there's gonna be a new trilogy or not, but yeah, no, they had but I don't know. It said it was from D23 Brazil,
Hmm.
which I found a video that was like it was like a longer trailer for Thunderbolts.
Yeah, that came out a while back. I posted that when it first came out.
Oh, I didn't remember seeing that. I know I
Yeah,
watched.
we talked about it weeks, months ago.
Oh, I don't. I just didn't remember. But yeah, no. Then that was there when I was looking up that video for that.
Something interesting that piggybacking on that I found out that has basically been confirmed, but not 100%, is that anything that we will see from a trailer perspective for the new Fantastic Four, they are only using footage from the first 30 minutes of the film.
Oh,
So no matter what we see,
that's it.
that's all happening in the beginning of
Early.
the film.
Damn, that's crazy.
And if you'll remember, one of the things we see very early, in the, not early in the trailer, but one of the things that evidently will be early in the film is Galactus, because he's in that trailer.
Oh yeah.
So that's early in the film.
Damn, that's crazy. So that means we get Silver Surfer too early, right?
That
Well, you haven't
you
seen
would,
Silver Surfer yet, but Silver Surfer is always the herald for Galactus.
yeah. In this universe, Silver Surfer's a chick.
Yeah,
How you feel about that?
I'm cool.
You're cool.
I've never. I mean, I was always like, I mean, we kind of always it kind of always looked like a dude, but it could very well be a woman. And it's like they took because doesn't he just take somebody from whatever planet he devours and uses them as or something like that? I don't
Well,
remember exactly how it
there
worked
are
out.
multiple heralds, right? It's Silver Surfer's just one of many heralds.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't realize. I don't know. I don't really know Galact. I mean, I don't like from that standpoint. I don't know some of those. I know some. I know some characters are, but I don't. I know that's all. I know little bits about them.
Well, and there are claims that we may actually get our first glimpse of Galactus in uh, Captain America.
I thought we. I thought we got Shadow of Galactus in Eternals.
They kind of did like a star-based outline of what could be Galactus
Yeah,
in
that's what.
Eternals, but it
Yeah, it
wasn't.
wasn't like Galactus, but it looked like it had like the look of
Yeah, I
Galactus.
mean more. We may get more like of the actual character rather than like a dream sequence of
Oh,
what.
interesting. Because I know I just watched this video about Galactus, and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty interesting."
Like I hate to say it, but I feel like partially I need to go back and rewatch Eternals, which I hated. Um,
Oh yeah, because that's actually plays into. I think that plays into this film too, right?
it does to moot the eternal or the celestial that's inside of Earth that starts to
Started
bust
coming out,
out.
and they
Um,
said, "Nope, freeze."
yeah, so that is a evidently pivotal part to
Ananium, antiantium. What is it called?
adamantium.
Adamantium. I don't remember. It's
Wow. And
this.
Jeff says Silver Surfer being a woman, DEI, right, James?
No, I just think it could be whatever. Like Silver Surfer was never really like we always thought it was a dude just because it was like shaped like a dude. So I mean, it could be a woman.
And if it has boobs and long blonde hair,
Well, the Silver Surfer doesn't have hair. I mean, I think they come out of when I think they can come out of the silver form. I think they do that at some point. I don't know, but like, yeah, like, I mean, I don't think it will have hair, but yeah, it probably will end up having boobs or something, which could be weird, but whatever.
that's what I have to say about that.
Yeah.
Um, all right. Well, I've gone through everything I have planned to talk
Did you?
about.
Oh, real quick before we go, did you watch the last couple episodes of Spider Man?
I am through 7. I started 8 as we were coming online. How far did I get? I am, I don't know, 10 minutes into episode 8.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got a little one. Okay.
So I mean, I can, because 8 was the last one released today, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I
So
mean, no, we not like. I was just making sure you were caught up on it.
yeah, I'm already annoyed with it, like from the perspective of like I feel like they're rushing too much too fast.
Yeah, I feel that too, but I think it's because they were. I mean, this definitely needs to have more episodes, 100%.
I
But
just feel like it is very much reminiscent of the 90s cartoon because it just that's how it was. It like established characters way too fast and just threw them out there. And
well, the one thing I do like about this, there's no MJ, there's no Gwen Stacy. There's none of those characters. We don't have the Flash Thompson character. We don't have the Eddie Brocks. So I was okay with that. One of the things I was just watching. I don't remember if it's in the last episode or not, but is she Domino?
that's what I'm wondering and starting to think.
That's what I feel like. I feel like she's Domino.
You're talking about uh,
Nico.
Nico because she's got the pendant and glows.
She's got the pendant, and then there's that whole thing where she ends up swerving out of the way and getting back. And I was like,
Mhm. And she just started learning how to drive.
she has kind of a look like there was this shot of her, and I was like, that's when like when he drops her off,
Hmm.
when he drops her off at home, and she kind of looks, and I was like, yo, is she Domino?
Yeah, I'm I'm kind of questioning. I I guess I was there because obviously they are um, insinuating that she. And the other thing is, in that same episode, she was like speaking to the pendant.
Yeah.
Like earlier, she was like, "No, it's okay," and I was like, "That was weird." So
I thought it was maybe just like one of those coping things, but yeah,
yeah, no,
maybe she was genuinely speaking to it. But that's the whole thing because like that there was just that this one like just angle that they had on her, and I was like, is she Domino?
yeah, I'm looking up Nico Minoru. So this character was created in 2003. Do you want to know more about
And
her?
no, I'll look it up.
I mean, if you're going to look it up, then I can just tell you.
Yeah, go ahead. Then just
S-
tell me.
Sister Grimm.
Sister Grimm. I don't know who that is.
I do only because I've played like some of the games where like she is a like ancillary character that's used. Um, and I did not realize that these were one and the same. But yes, that was Sister Grimm, her original name Nico Minoru. So yes, she will have powers in the vein of uh,
Oh,
I would say like Agatha.
she kind of because there's another character that she reminded me of. She kind of reminded me of Raven
And evidently she was in
from.
Runaways.
Oh, yeah, she is. That's because I was looking at this picture. I was like, that's her. Yeah, in Runaways.
I never watched it.
Oh, I did.
Because
I don't
that was a
finish
Marvel show that
on
they
Hulu.
said wasn't canon, right?
I believe they said that wasn't canon,
Which is
and
weird.
it was on Hulu. I do remember that because there was also Cloak and Dagger, which
Mhm.
they said
Isn't canon.
wasn't canon. And I was like, why not? But I liked
Agents
Cloak.
of Shield, not canon.
Started off canon and then turned not canon
Yeah,
because like one of their last episodes they were cleaning up. It was one of the last episodes that was canon was the cleanup
yeah. They reference damage control.
after what was that after
Battle of New York.
no it was after
Oh,
that too.
after Thor: Dark World.
Dark World, they were doing cleanup from that, and then they didn't know if they were going to have jobs after after Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when it I think Nick Fury showed up in one episode after that, and then
Mm-hmm.
handed control over to Shield to Coulson.
Oh, is that what the episode where like Patton Oswald was in there?
uh Patton Oswalt was like he showed
He
up
was
a
in a
number.
few, but
Yeah, he was in a few, but I think that was like one of the first ones that he was in.
yeah,
And I think Nick Fury showed up and was like, "Hey, I'm basically giving what's left of Shield is under your control now." And then that was it. Then it kind of
yeah,
way off.
yeah, way off the deep end.
Yeah,
It jumped the shark.
if you will.
What is that from?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, you don't know where that phrase actually comes from?
No.
So there was a little known show back in the 80s called Happy Days.
Monday, Tuesday, happy
Yes.
days.
Did you ever watch it?
Yeah, I watched like a few episodes. I didn't watch it like.
So the show was extremely well received. It was like, it was America's sitcom. It was, a fantastic show. It was reminiscent or nostalgic of the 50s, right?
Mhm.
And it did very
Gave us
well
some spin-offs.
until they did an episode or a two-part episode on Fonzie jumping a shark, literally on his motorcycle. He jumped a tank of a shark tank, and the show from there went downhill. So that is where the saying "the show jumped the shark" or whatever jumped the shark
That's
comes from.
awesome. I didn't know. That's funny. But we got what Laverne and Shirley came from that show.
Yep.
Wasn't there? Was that Jody Loves Chachi or whatever? Was that from that show?
No.
Oh, I don't remember. I remember. Yeah, I think that was like. I think that. What did they have? Like, I thought they had like another show or something like that spin off from that.
Maybe you're right. Hold on. Jody. Was that?
Was that Happy Days or was that another?
Yeah, it was a spinoff of Happy Days.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I guess it was. I didn't realize.
Yeah, I thought they had like. I thought they had like two.
They actually had more than that.
Oh, really?
Mork and Mindy is
Oh, is that a
considered
spinoff?
that is considered a spinoff. There
Okay.
was an animated series
Nanu Nanu.
called The Fonz and the Happy Days Gang.
One of those random cartoons they made back in the day.
Uh, Blansky's Beauties
Never heard of that one.
and Out of the Blue.
I feel like I've heard that, but I don't know why I've heard that.
Yeah.
Might have
So
just heard the saying out of the blue. But yeah, no, I didn't realize. Okay, see, I only knew. I didn't realize Mork and Mindy was a spinoff. And I watched Mork. I used to watch Mork and Mindy on Nick at Night.
well, it's just like most people don't realize that Family Matters is a spinoff of
Perfect Strangers,
yeah.
which I didn't realize until a few years ago. I was watching this thing about Harriet actually was the one that starred. Well, not starred. She was like the elevator operator in Perfect Strangers,
Mm-hmm.
and she talked about her husband being a Chicago cop and all that kind of stuff. And I think they brought in Bell Johnson to be her husband on that show. And then that turned into
That's correct.
they did bring her.
They introduced him in one of the last episodes, if not the last episode before Family Matters started.
Yeah. And then like I think that's when and then the funny thing is that Urkel was only supposed to be a one episode character.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow
He
became like the star of the show.
yep. Which Reginald Van Johnson evidently held against Jaleel White.
Really?
For a long time. Hated him.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't seem like
hated the kid because he ultimately took money from because as Urkel grew and the popularity of Urkel grew, meant you had to pay Jaleel White more, which meant
other cast members. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and it wasn't like he had any. He didn't have any. It was the fans that took over that.
Yeah, it's like WWE lately, right?
Yeah.
Or I guess last year, not
last year, not this year, not really, but yeah.
Speaking of, since we're at this point, why not? Did you see NXT?
Oh no, I this past week.
Yeah, like last night.
No, I didn't watch NXT yet.
Ricky Starks.
Okay, I'll go watch that.
Do you know
I,
who that is?
no.
Ricky Starks has been so he's been in AEW, and he's been at AEW since it pretty much started.
Huh.
And his contract finally ended, and
Well, AEW. Okay.
he is now coming. He's there. You'll see him.
Okay.
He has been compared to a young Rocky Maivia,
Oh.
or The Rock, as you more
Okay.
famously know. He is talented. He's a good wrestler, but
He's got
he's
good mic skills.
pretty darn good on the mic.
Okay, that's all I really. That's one of the things I care about. Oh, actually, what last week? They actually, I guess, he goes. He has a new character, JCJ or something like that, JDJ or something like that, on
Oh, Fandango.
yeah, on TNA, and he came out to the Fandango music, and everybody's
Mm-hmm.
doing the do.
Mm-hmm.
And he ate it up. Which he's like, man, I thank you. He's like, thank you guys for that. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
That you're still, basically still remember me. But yeah, he's so yeah, that whole TNA WWE thing is really interesting at this. It's getting a little bit more interesting.
I think it's going to only get more interesting because I'm hearing rumors of a TNA invasion
Of NXT.
of WWE in general.
Mm. Okay, look, let's just make it good because the last time we had an invasion, it
WCW.
yeah, it fizzled really
Yes.
quickly. It was good. It started off
Well,
really
and
good.
it's because you it didn't make sense when Stone Cold was aligning with WCW. That makes no sense.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
Like,
And there was
because
and there were
yes, he
stars
worked
from
there, but they never
there
treated him well.
there were stars from WCW, and then there was the problem was that there were stars from WCW that we wanted to see but didn't come over.
Yeah.
Like Goldberg didn't come over right away. Sting didn't come over. Um, I think there was a couple others that, I can't think of everybody right now, but there was people that didn't come over, and it was just like, oh, that's who we wanted to see, and that's who we wanted to see fight somebody from here,
Mm-hmm.
like Sting, Undertaker, or something, or like I think that it was Stone Cold Goldberg, but that would have probably not been good.
No.
uh,
Goldberg and Brock Lesnar made a ton of sense. It's just it was
Well,
garbage.
apparently, not Goldberg, but Brock Lesnar put was the one that pushed for Goldberg to go over in that
Well,
weird
and
match.
the problem was Goldberg had only signed on for a couple of matches, and Brock, it was his last match. His contract was done. He was leaving. That was already planned. So like neither of them cared.
It was such a weird ass match. I do
Yeah.
remember that. It's like, what the huh?
And then Stone Cold being there to ref, it was just like,
Why did he stun both of them at the end? Anyways,
mm-hmm,
yeah,
mm-hmm.
this Stone Cold move, stun
Yes,
both of them,
the greatest anti-hero ever.
bro. And actually, what that was, and that him beating Jake the Snake is what sent him over.
Oh yeah, King of the Ring,
Oh yeah,
which was all
not
because
not even planned. Like
nope,
that was
that
a
was that was because Triple H screwed up and pissed off Vinnie Mac because that's who was supposed to win the King of the Ring that year.
oh really?
Yep.
I didn't know about that one, but all I know is like that whole uh
So
Austin
the pun
360.
you've heard the curtain call, right?
Huh?
The curtain call.
No.
So this is where kayfabe kind of went out the window. Before Scott Hall and Kevin Nash or Razor Ramon and Diesel left WWE, their
Mhm.
final match was Kevin Hall, Scott Nash against Triple H and Shawn Michaels in a steel cage match at Madison Square Garden.
Right. Is that when they went is that when they went back and then they came out and did the whole click thing or whatever?
Yeah, and that's called the curtain call.
Oh, okay.
um, because it broke kayfabe, right? Like these guys are not supposed to be friends. They're not supposed to be acting this way. They just had a match, and so the punishment for Triple H was at the time he was planned to get a huge push. He was going to win King of the Ring. He was going to go on to win the belt. Blah blah blah. Vinnie Mac punished him and said, "Nope, Stone Cold, you're going to win." And or he wasn't even technically Stone Cold at that point. He was
Yeah,
just,
it was Steve Austin.
yeah, um, or the Taskmaster or whatever the hell he was.
No,
Um,
I thought he dropped that.
he
I thought that
had,
was
but
dropped. Yeah, that was dropped by then. Yeah.
the point is that if it hadn't been for the curtain call, we probably would have never gotten Stone Cold.
Oh, interesting. So
Yes.
thank you. But yeah, because yeah, that whole Austin 316 says I just whooped your ass. That whole thing was not even. That was just
That
off
was
the
on the
top of his
fly.
head. That was
Hmm.
on the. That was man, and turned it into one of the greatest. Because literally, he was like he just said it, and then the next night there were signs.
And then a week later, there were shirts, and they were
Yeah,
selling.
yeah. The
Ringmaster.
ringmaster. I
Yes.
mean, wait, was that when he came over to WWE? I thought that's what
Yeah,
was
when he
his.
was with Ted DiBiase,
Oh,
he was
that
with
was,
the
and then
Million Dollar
oh,
Man. He carried the
because he
million
was
dollar
what was
belt.
he like the ringmaster? He was like the he was Taskmaster over on. He was something on
No, he was Stunning Steve over
Stunning
there
Steve.
when he
That's
was a
right.
part of
Yeah, the blonde hair and
the
everything.
Hollywood Blondes. Him and
Yeah,
Brian Pillman.
yeah, stunning blonde.
Yes, Hollywood Blondes.
Hollywood blondes. Stunning
Stunning
Steve.
Steve.
It's funny, but
Well,
yeah,
that's where the
no,
Stone Cold Stunner comes from.
yeah, no, got you. Anyways, but yeah, that's yeah. Anyway, no, I'll watch that. I gotta watch that too. But, um, yeah, just so irritated that Charlotte won.
I
So
mean, you
irritated.
had to know that was going to happen.
It's just like I didn't. She's. I don't know. I've never really cared for her.
Yes, Taskmaster was Kevin Sullivan. That's true.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I the men's, with Jay, and now Jay is going up against Gunter. I'm actually disappointed. It's obvious that they're going to put the belt on him at Mania, which I don't like. I feel like that's too obvious. Uh, but if you don't put it on him, the audience doesn't get the payoff. So unless you're doing long term storytelling some more,
Stop. Look at listen. If Sami Zayn can beat Gunther, Jay can beat Gunther.
yeah. So and don't get me wrong, I think Jay has done a fantastic job at selling merchandise and getting the crowd hyped.
Yep.
But I don't think he's main event. I think he is top of the mid card, but he is not a main. He's not a headliner.
Uh, I think the fan. I mean, as a fan of Jay, I've been a fan of the Usos for a long time.
Mhm.
So I mean, yeah, I could see that, but I think recently, with him starting off the show, him getting a lot more main event matches, I think
He's not
he's
good on the mic.
his mic. Yeah, don't get me wrong, his mic skills aren't great, but neither is like a lot of these guys don't have good mic skills anymore. Like Gunther is, God, I'm like, ugh, stop talking.
I don't know. I think he gets what he does, gets done what he needs to. I think Jay, though, you can tell when he has a script and what his script is versus when he's allowed to go out there and kind of freeball it a little. And I feel like he just, he draw. I did not connect with his impassioned speech that he made after winning the Rumble on Monday Night Raw. I was just like,
I think well, I did like it, but it was just like it took way too long.
yeah,
It took
well,
way
that's
too
my
long.
point, right? He doesn't. I don't think he knows how to read the audience. I
Like
think
it
he,
was yeah, like it was like okay, cool, let's go.
yeah, and I'm getting over the come out long, drawn out, intro to come in to finally stop the music and then start over again. Even though it's only for like a couple seconds, it's like I'm already over it. I feel like I honestly kind of want to see Gunther just destroy him before WrestleMania to the point where he can't compete or something. I feel like that's what's needed. And then he can come back
The
like
whole
at
thing. Well, yeah,
SummerSlam.
the whole thing is with him getting, him jumping him. Uh, yeah, it was not like that. That kind of was what pushed it.
Yeah,
Because I don't think he was going to go after Cody anyways. Because I mean, like he said, I would like to go up against Cody, but yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't going to happen against Cody.
yeah. I guess where I'm at is unfortunately, I think the reality is that probably Cena is going to win the Elimination Chamber. We're going to get Cena Cody at WrestleMania, and I'm not excited about that. There, honestly, I'm over Cody. Like, there is no one that I'm excited to see go up against Cody at WrestleMania. Like, I wanted him to lose at Rumble. I wanted Kevin Owens to win.
And I just had a feeling Kevin Owens wasn't gonna win.
I agree, but I feel like that's what needed to happen from a storyline standpoint.
I don't
And
know.
Jeff says maybe Rikishi could hit Gunther with a car, like when he did it for the talk,
It's a rock.
the TikTok. Um, so I don't know. I'm really not. I'm not feeling this road to WrestleMania.
I'm just who did who did what's his bucket who I can't stand
Dominic Mysterio,
no besides him Paul, who did he screw over? Was that
Paul,
last elimination chamber?
Logan Paul,
Yeah, he ran in and they hit Seth
Seth
Rollins,
Rollins. Yeah.
and they had a match, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
And he got beaten. Yeah, okay,
And Seth Rollins lost at WrestleMania,
not to him, right?
didn't he?
No, I don't think
I
he.
don't
I think he
remember.
beat Logan Paul.
I don't remember. I just, I mean, logically, Cody Rhodes, like, if you're thinking who's going to be the biggest box office draw, right? Who's going to sell the most tickets? Like, John Cena has to be, right? And I feel nothing for that. I feel nothing for John Cena against Cody Rhodes.
I mean,
John Cena versus Kevin Owens. I think Kevin Owens could have done a ton. I mean, you look at what he did with Stone Cold without Stone Cold ever even showing up until WrestleMania.
that was very good.
Cody can't do that. Like, Cody can't build up a match with John Cena or anyone for that matter without them being there.
Well, I don't know because Kevin Owens was coming and doing the cheap shots.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna go that route, you need a heel. And Cody, while he's had some heel-ish tendencies of late, he's not
Not
gone
a heel.
heel.
And Cena can't. I mean, he's not gonna be able to go heel
Never. He never
at this
will.
point in time.
You can't.
If he was going to, he needed to do it years ago.
Yeah. It. He should have done it against The Rock. That's when they had talked about it, and that's when they were gonna, and then they didn't.
Yeah, I think that was just because the merchandise sales would have. Oh, because that's right. He wanted to do like full on, no merchandise, no
Mm-hmm.
nothing, and he was a cash cow.
Yeah, still is.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, they could do. I don't know, CM Punk.
Even that CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes, I just feel meh about.
Hmm.
You know, Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes,
Already seen it.
I feel meh about, right? Like,
Still
there's,
got, still got what? 2 more spots?
yeah, one of them's
Or
going to be Seth, you know, because he's going up against Finn Balor, and
and then we had,
unfortunately,
and then
Finn's not going to win.
there's the triple threat. There's a triple threat that's coming up on Friday with Jimmy McIntyre. No, McIntyre's already
No,
in.
no,
They
no.
already have that match.
No, the one that's coming up this week is Braun Strowman,
Oh, Braun. Yeah, that's right. Braun
Damian Priest,
and
and
Jacob
Jacob
Fatu.
Fatu.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not excited about any of those three in that match. I mean, the only one that really intrigues me would be Jacob Fatu in
Mm-hmm.
there with all this other star power. I think could be good. Um, but the fact that we're probably not going to get Roman in this, what is that going to set up for him? Unless he's going to do a run in to prevent Jacob from winning or something.
Yeah, but that because even the run-ins in elimination chamber irritate me.
Yeah, they shouldn't be allowed, but obviously you got to open the cage to let him out.
Yeah, should be a trap door.
Yes, you get pinned and you fall through.
Ah, pull him out.
That would actually be pretty awesome. Yes, you can only pin the people here in the very middle of the ring, and if they get counted, then they
1, 2,
2, 3,
3.
and they're gone. Hanging out with what's his name? Hornswoggle
Hornswoggle.
under the stage.
I'm
I was gonna say
the boogeyman.
I was gonna say Gargamel, and I know that's not it.
Gargamel.
Trying to get some Smurf berries or some crap.
Oh,
Did you see the
that's
trailer for
Smurfy
the new
right.
Smurf movie
I think
with
I have.
Rihanna playing Smurfette?
What?
Yeah, Rihanna's playing Smurfette.
Oh, I didn't. No, I must have missed that one.
Yeah, go find it. I was gonna post it, and I was just like, I can't. I watched this trailer, and it's like 2.5 minutes of my life I'm never gonna get back.
I always love Smurfs. Even like I watched the little. I remember actually the Smurf movie, the first Smurf movie with Neil Patrick Harris. I really enjoyed. I liked the first. I liked the second one, and then they went back to the animated ones, and I was like, oh, okay, that was short lived. I enjoyed them being in like the real world.
Yeah, I will only say that in the commercial or in the trailer, we see Gargamel and his brother, like Zargamel or some crap like that.
Zargamel.
I don't remember, but it's like basically Gargamel, but a different name. I don't know. The animation is weird too. I don't know. Go watch it. You'll see. You ready?
Oh, for 2025.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because that's the year we're in.
Well, I mean, just that's the first one that came up.
Gotcha.
So I was like, oh, yeah. Anyway, you
Are
ready
you ready?
to end the show?
That's yeah.
Yeah.